Hey, good Wednesday afternoon. Hey, I got this video I want to do today. This is from military.com. Uh, it's the title of this is Marines with skin condition affecting mostly black men could now be booted under new policy. This condition, basically, it's from caused from razor bumps, and it's from the hair growing back into the skin without a way to uh, come back out. So it's very painful. A lot of people think that it's just here under the beards and under the neck, but actually it can actually be in the back of the neck also. So it's very painful, and it could cause a lot of scarring also. So let's just get into this and see how this goes. A new Marine Corps policy says troops with a genetic skin condition that can cause pain and scarring from shaving and mainly affects black men can be separated if health issues persist. The interim guidance issued Thursday gives military health care providers 90 days to reevaluate Marines diagnosed with PFB. I'll leave down in the comments the long word. I can't pronounce it, but I'll leave it in the I'll leave it in the description. Um, if they don't recover based on a four-phase treatment program outlined in the message, uh, have to remain on a shaving waiver for more than a year, and a commander deemed it fit, the Corps can administratively separate them due to incompatibility with service, according to the message. The directive marks a reversal from previous Marine Corps policy issued in 2022 that prohibited the service from administratively separating Marines solely based on the condition, which is caused when curled hairs grow back into the skin, resulting in inflammation. Okay. Um, in cases where a medical condition prevents a Marine from meeting required standards for extended period exceeding 1 year, administrative separation may be considered if it affects long-term service compatibility, said Major Jacoby Getty. A spokesperson for the Corps Manpower and Reserve Affairs said in an email stated Friday when asked why Marines are no longer exempt from separation due to PFB. However, every effort will be made to support Marines through treatment and recovery before such decisions are considered, he added. And Getty emphasized that the new guidance is meant to bring about consistency across medical exemptions, and that the service remains fully committed to supporting Marines with PFB. It is unclear how many Marines will be affected by this new policy, as the service does not centrally track have how many of them have an exception to policies for PFB. Getty said, if a Marine with PFB is discharged solely based on their diagnosis, they would receive an honorable discharge. A currently practicing military dermatologist who spoke on the condition of anatomy, as they are not authorized to speak to the press, told military.com on Friday that the Marine Corps new policy could have discriminatory effects against black service members who disproportionately have this condition compared to their peers, and often require shaving exemption to avoid making it worse. Black service members make up about 15 to 16% of the active duty force, but 66% of shaving waiver holders are black. The dermatologist said that shaving waiver holders promote more slowly than their peers and often leave the military earlier due to its cultural aversion to beards. You could have a white person, a black person, a Hispanic person, an Asian person on a shaving waiver. They're all going to get discriminated against. They're all going to promote slower. But again, the vast majority of the waiver holders are black and African American, so that's where the racial discriminatory impact comes in. So anything that is a negative that you can apply broadly to shaving waiver holders, whether they promote slower whether whether we're going to separate them from service, whether they receive a disciplinary action more often. Anything that's negative, you apply broad strokes to having shaving waiver group is going to disproportionately affect Black and African American individuals. This is what the dermatologist said. The treatments for PFB, which is a genetically determined condition, are limited. We can't undo genetics, the dermatologist said. And so, really, the only way around is just to shave, and you endure the pain and the scarring. You do laser hair removal or a shaving waiver. That's really the end of it. So you really don't have a lot of options, and I don't have that. But have I? I've gotten the bumps from not shaving because the first time I shaved was in boot camp with a razor. In high school, I had clippers, which doesn't cut that close, so it does become extremely painful. The treatments for PFB, which is genetically determined condition, are limited. Well, I read that. I'm sorry. When asked whether the Marine Corps is concerned that the new guidance will disproportionately affect Black service members and increase their chances of administrative separation, uh, Getty said the following: that it does not lower our standards, but provides clear, standardized guidance on how medical conditions may temporarily impact grooming and uniform compliance. Our priority is to ensure the health and resilience of our Marines while maintaining our warfighting capability. These updates ensure consistency in the management of medical conditions while reinforcing our commitment to returning Marines to full compliance whenever possible. The strength of the force has always been our people, and this policy ensures they remain ready to fight and win. The Marine Corps 90-day reevaluation will assess an affected service member's current treatment regimen and determine whether there is need for further treatment. The message outlines a four-phase treatment protocol. The first phase addresses potential mild cases and recommends that Marines diagnosed with PFB avoid shaving for 4 weeks until all lesions have subsided. The next two phases contend with moderate to severe cases for which non-laser hair removal and modified grooming standards are advised. And the last phase is optional and includes laser hair removal with a dermatology referral, adding that while it is government funded, the Marine Corps cannot require a service member to undergo this treatment. The ultimate goal is for every Marine diagnosed with PFB to successfully complete the phased treatment approach, recover, and return to full compliance, ensuring they remain ready, resilient, and fully engaged in the fight. The dermatologist said that there are three likely outcomes from the policy. First is that those who did not need a waiver in the first place will be taken off of it. And adding that there will be some positive impact from that policy. In those cases, Marines may have shaving dermatitis, a separate condition that can improve with different shaving techniques or topical treatments and is important for clinicians to differentiate from PFB. So, dermatitis is actually different than PFB, but they're both skin conditions from shaving. And I don't know a lot about the dermatitis, but it seems like it's easier to treat than the PFB. That's from what I'm understanding with this. The second likely outcome might be that Marines with PFB will feel forced to shave and endure the pain and scarring for fear of being kicked out. Other Marines, in a third possible effect of this policy, might seek laser hair removal options. Again, going back to the fact that 2/3 of these individuals are Black African American and likely have true PFB, they're going to be stuck. And they're going to go, what the hell do I do now? The dermatologist said. I don't know what the Marine Corps thinks is going to happen, but if you're in parts of Japan and Korea, you can't just walk on the base dermatologist and get laser hair removal. That's not going to work, he said. In many parts of the U.S., there's no active duty dermatologist, and TRICARE can't pay for civilian laser hair removal. So there's no mechanism by which they can reimburse somebody for that, not currently at least. So that could leave some Marines without options. People are going to be seeking some fixes to this, but even if they wanted to engage some of these things, they're not going to be able to. The dermatologist added. The Marine Corps issued the guidance under the umbrella of maintaining high standards and discipline, something the service has always prided itself on and being rigid about. The new Marine Corps guidance comes as the Department of Defense announced Wednesday a rapid review of existing military standards going back to January 1st, 2015. While aligned with OSD's force-wide review, the Marine Corps has been proactively developing this updated guidance to reinforce our commitment to the highest standards of readiness, discipline, and lethality, ensuring our force remains prepared to fight and win. Less than 3 years ago, the Marine Corps said that PFB was no longer a condition that is separable for the convenience of the government and barred commanders from punitively counseling a Marine with the condition or denying them the opportunity to re-enlist. The service also viewed this initiative under the lens of talent management and readiness, going on to write in 2022 that it continues to seek opportunities to focus on and invest in individual Marine to improve individual and force readiness. So the biggest thing here, hey, I mean, if they're forced out, they're gonna receive a honorable discharge, and then hey, the only thing at that point you can do is apply for service connection, because it pays the rating for it is 0 to 30%, and then like if you got scarring, you can use scarring as a secondary and increase your rating a little higher. So I mean that's about all the options that the Marines have. So hey, I just want to make Marines aware, or veterans in general. And it's not just Marines, but it just was a Marine Corps piece. But just let veterans know, you know, if you have to be discharged, just make sure that you put in for it and become service connected for it. Hopefully you can become service connected. It's not guaranteed, but at least you do have that option. So the rating is 0 to 30%. And then if you have like scarring, stuff like that, you can file that as a secondary. So, hey, I hope this get out into the right hands, and hopefully it can help some veterans out there. And if you feel that this can help someone, hey, share it with them. If you got any old buddies from when you were in, share it with them. Or if you in the service right now, share it. And just so you're aware of what's going on, and you can always make better decisions. So that's all I got for you guys today. Hey, you see a veteran, you help a veteran. I'm out.